Okay, this question comes from Erick Blandino. And Erick says, how do we motivate our technicians in the field to help us grow and do more during downtime to spread the word of our business? The business background is poison-free solutions to rat and mice problems. I'm asking because I brought up in a huddle last Tuesday to like our Facebook page and share my posts and videos. None have so far. I also have asked to pass out flyers to the neighborhoods we are currently servicing, and 2 times this past week I've seen our trucks driving in areas we're not servicing and was given excuses on why they weren't passing out flyers. I feel hurt by this as I put a lot of effort to grow our business and feel as if they don't want to grow with us and are milking my time. His elevator pitch is Rat Exclusion Services offers poison-free solutions to rat and mice problems. We figure out the entry points of rat and mice into your home or structure, seal them out, and guarantee our work for 2 years. Love that. Elevator pitch was on point. Whew, Erick, man, I 100% understand what you're going through. And I'm so happy that you belong to AO and can get the support that you need in order to understand that we're all here with you. And it further illustrates the need to have like-minded people around you, because there are a lot of people in the world who don't think like us and they don't live like us. They don't live with the same passion that we do. And that's not that that's wrong or right. It's just different. They operate at a different frequency than we do. To answer your question, we have to take in mind what we are hiring somebody to do in the role that they are filling with our company. If I'm hiring a person to do sales for my company, and I lay out all of the different job requirements and duties that I expect of them, and they willingly accept and take the job, then they know what they're getting into. If afterwards I throw on them, I want you to also come in on the weekends, or if you have a little bit of downtime, I would like for you to clean the bathrooms and mop the floors and clean up all of the desks and everything here in the office, and I'd like for you to wash all the company cars. Probably going to get a little bit of pushback on that, right? That person was hired to do a job, they agreed to it, and now we are expecting them to do something else simply because there's some downtime. This is always a challenge with hiring people, keeping them busy, right? So there's a couple things to look at with this. The first is, if you hired technicians and you didn't clearly stipulate that they would also be required in their downtime to canvass the neighborhoods and hand out flyers, then that's an add-on to a job description, and it's important for us as leaders to get buy-in from those people. And if they choose, which they're entitled to do, if they choose that they don't want to do those types of activities, then they choose to possibly not work for our company anymore. And we learn that now when we hire a technician, we want to make sure and hire them under the understanding that this will be expected of them, and then they'll have the opportunity to take the job knowing that or not. When we as leaders want our team members to do more than what we initially hired them to do, it's always a challenge. One of the ways to overcome this is to hire based on core values. If one of your core values is that we will do everything we can to support the company in order to be successful. If that's a core value per se in your business, then that employee could be brought into a meeting with you of which you shared your core values. Your core values are clearly posted in each work vehicle. Your core values are reviewed during your daily huddles and your weekly meetings. And they all agree and buy into the core values. That's why they took the job and that's why they're working there. And you could bring that person into the meeting privately. It's always better to do things like this privately and say, hey, John, I noticed that we had a meeting where I had asked all of the technicians in their downtime to place flyers in the neighborhood so that we could try to drum up more business for all of us. I noticed that you weren't doing that. Could you please explain why? I'd like to understand it. And have an open and honest conversation and let them speak and let them share what they want to say. Then you as a leader get to acknowledge that you understand what they're saying. And if they're saying, well, I just don't want to do that, I just would rather be a technician, what you could then say is, well, one of the core values of our company is this. And read off the core value. When I hired you, you agreed that you believed in these core values, and that's why we hired you. When we talk about these core meetings or core values at the meetings, everybody agrees that they believe in the core values. So if you believe in that core value that you would do anything to support the company so that it can succeed, anything would mean dropping off flyers. Now, it's my hope and my intention to grow this company to where technicians might not have to do that. But there might be times when we're going to need you to do that because I'm a small business owner. I'm taking the risk of your paycheck every single day. And I don't want to have to let you go so that you don't have a job to put money in your checking account to pay your bills and take care of your family just because there's 3 or 4 days of downtime that you could spend doing marketing. Is there a way that you would be willing to do this? And you have that conversation, not being defensive, not taking it personal, just being vulnerable, open, and caring, and expressing empathy for their feelings. At the end of the day, if they choose to not want to do what you would like them to do when you're paying them to, then they're making the choice to not work at your organization anymore, and we go find somebody that will do the job. This is why it's really important to stress the importance of hiring based on core values, not just the ability for someone to do the job based on skills. Erick, don't take things so personal, man. That's why I'm here. That's why the mentors are here. That's why your community is here to support you, because we know what it's like, man. We do this every day, and we have many of these same experiences. Right now, to give you an example, my virtual administrative assistant, Honey, I pay her for 40 hours a week of work, and I'll bet she's only doing about 15 to 20. I am okay with this because I said I just am going to budget this much for an employee, and I know that right now I just don't have a lot of work for her, so I'm going to spend time training her and making sure that when I do have a lot of work, she understands how to do her job effectively and will be working the entire 40 hours. But it's not unheard of that in any type of general administrative position or lower ranking position in your company, that there's going to be some downtime when your team member is just going to, do nothing and surf the web on their phone or watch some sports games or whatever. It's just part of the cost that we endure as a company. So, man, I'm right there with you. Keep your head up, man. Open and honest leadership type of conversations with your team. That's how we win all the time, okay? Keep your head up, man. Talk to you soon.